That. All right, I don't know what's going on. Whatever, let's just get going. So welcome back to the Go Rush channel. I'm Buddy Lindsay, and this is me working on trying to learn Rust. That's what this channel is about. In this case, we're going to start with uh, Solana. So Rust is a core part of the Solana blockchain. And one of the reasons I wanted to get into Rust is to do more lower level application development and specifically get better at kind of some of the Web3 and blockchain stuff. And I want to specifically do it with Rust. Solana is a good blockchain and a lot dealing with NFTs. And since my day job is dealing with NFTs, I figure it's a good crossover. But I've never messed with Solana before other than reading some articles and kind of poking around. And so I want to try to figure out over this video and the next several is to figure out how to deal with Solana, a little bit more about it, some of the technical aspects of it, and then move on into creating a sort of digital application or distributed application about it. I have a fairly basic one that I have in mind of doing, and that is basically a lottery application, just something where people can put in crypto, and then at some point you run a function, and it either randomly chooses someone and sends them the crypt or sends them the amount minus a fee, or generates out some numbers and will generate it out and distribute it if you have matching numbers. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I just know I think that's a good application to be able to kind of get a feel for not only doing Rust, but doing Rust and dealing with blockchain protocol stuff for Solana. So let's give it a shot. First thing, though, is we need to figure out how to get a wallet. We need to figure out the test net. We need to get some Sol on the test net. And we need to figure out how to kind of get started writing contracts against the test net. So let's give that a shot. Let's figure it out. Let's see. I got to do some switching up here. Do 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 do. I was sick the last couple of weeks, so I haven't had a good chance to I'm kind of out of practice of this. So let's get started. So Solana chain. Do 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 do. There we go. Okay, so courses, and I want a course network. Okay, so it looks like there's a Sol scan. So this would be like Etherscan in Ethereum. We would get a block, we can paste it in here, we get a wallet, we can paste it in there and inspect it. Just out of curiosity, let's look at this. Interesting. So look at this one. Mint transaction. I just want to look at that. Token address. Mint authority. Freeze authority. Update authority. Token program. Interesting. So we did a transfer from this address to this address 9 minutes ago. Okay. Signer. Block. Previous block hash. Compute. Units consumed. Some of this I'm not 100% sure what it means, but I'm trying to like get phrases and words and things just in my head, so that if I see them when I'm doing a little more research, it can make more sense. Not 100% sure what some of that was. But the good thing is, like, we have a block here. We see all the transactions probably that happened in that block. I don't think we had that one. Account. A token keg account. Okay. No. We'll figure it out. Total trends. Okay. All right, let's close this out here. We can look at blockchain, leaderboard, analytics, Solana network. Oh, there we go. That's better. Testnet. That's what I'm after. All right. Testnet. So API testnet, Solana.com, and then there's DevNet. I wonder what the difference between DevNet and testnet is. Uh, okay, we'll start with that. Someone wrote, "Oh, started to learn Rust after I heard about Solana. Solana and Rust are awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear that. I'm excited. Like, I feel like I finally have enough experience with Rust that I can start trying to get experience with Solana, and so this is going to be fun. So, DevNet is primarily used for early stage development and experimentation. Testnet is used for more advanced testing and simulates mainnet environment more closely. It's intended for staging applications. Okay, that makes sense. So we really want to just do a DevNet stuff because I'm going to make a lottery. I want to make a lottery application, and as a United States citizen, it's probably not a good idea to put that up and run it. So that's why we'll do it on DevNet, where it's not real money. Okay. So with that in mind, network. Oh, cool. Mainnet, baby. So this is just me, like, trying to just kind of get an idea of stuff. Learn. Intro. I know what an NFT is. Okay, we're not going to read that. Local setup. Let's see what this is. I'm going to install Solana CLI. Install Anchor. I don't know what Anchor is. Build essentials. Update Xcode. What? Quick start guide demonstrate how to quickly install and set up your local development environment. Getting ready to start developing and deploying Solana programs to the blockchain. Airdrop Solana tokens to your wallet. Set up local blockchain cluster. Create a file system wallet. Okay, this is probably what we want. Okay, depths. Linux. We're going to do that. Uh, Rust is installed. Solana CLI. For local development, including compiling your Solana programs, you need to install the Solana CLI. The command line tool suite provides all the commands needed to perform common tasks, like creating and managing file system Solana wallet key pairs, connecting to Solana clusters, building Solana programs, and deploying your programs. What does this do? Copy. Okay, so it's getting the latest release from GitHub. I have one of these as well that I write in some of mine, checking to see if a command is there. Okay. Okay, so up here we're gonna get stable, release from Onza. Okay, This is just, I call these pre-flight launcher, pre-flight checks. Making sure things are there. It's gonna download the installer. So ignore, let's see, what I'm curious about, download, install, ensure. So that's main. So the agave install init. What I'm after on this is if I run this multiple times, will it just reinstall? Connection, likely because mounting server. Please copy. You know what? I can always undo it if I need to. So let's just do it. Downloading the install. I always like it when people do this, like the little emojis in there. So extracting. All right. Let's go look some more. All right. Future, you can use the Solana CLI to update itself. Okay. So the reason I was trying to figure out, one is I like to understand what's installed and how it's installed and where it's going to go. The other is I can use called ASDIV VM as a version manager. And so I'm pretty sure Solana is in there. And so I can use that to install it instead. In this case, I don't care. I will use the latest version. I just wanted to check. Let's see. Adding export path to there. Dot profile. Close and reopen your terminal to apply path changes. Reload. Okay. Okay, what? What? Cannot type tonight. Well, CSHRC. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cool. All right. Anchor is a framework for Solana runtime, providing several convenient developer tools for writing on-chain programs. Helps you write programs with less code, since it has abstracted away a lot of the security checks and common boilerplate used in Rust macros. To install and manage Anchor versions, what just happened? Okay, we're going to skip AVM because I want to do this the hard way to start. At least I want to attempt to, because I want to learn it kind of at a little lower level. Set up a local host. There we go, Solana. So the CLI comes with test validator built in. This command line tool will allow you to run a full blockchain cluster on your machine. Okay, so we run that in a, okay. Okay. It's a good thing I use terminal multiplexer. So we'll do that. Initializing. Initializing. Okay, here we go. Identity. Waiting for fees to stabilize. Genesis hash. Version 1.1.18. Shred version? Gossip address, okay. TPU address. I wonder what the TPU address is. JSON RPC URL, okay, and the pub sub, okay. Transaction processing unit address refers to the network address of a specific node responsible for processing transactions. The TPU is a crucial part of Solana's high-performance architecture. Transaction reception. When a client or another node wants to submit a transaction, it sends it to the TPU address. Processing the TPU address forwards the transaction to the relevant validators, the nodes for inclusion on the ledger. Interesting. Multiple TPU addresses help distribute the transaction load. Okay. Cool. Set up the local host. Okay, so we did that. Configure your Solana CLI to use your local host. So Solana config set URL a local host. At any time you can view your current Solana CLI. Okay. Okay. So then we can also do Solana config get. Solana config get. So it just tells us the same thing. Okay, that's good. Solana CLI config. What's in the config? Interesting. Okay. Something I do need to do. CD config and then okay. Been meaning to do that. Okay. Cool. Create a file system wallet. To deploy a program with Solana CLI, you will need a second. You will need to create crap. You'll need a Solana wallet with Sol tokens to pay for the cost of the transactions the data stored. Let's create a simple file system wallet using During. Okay. Solana keygen new. Empty for none. That's what we want. Wrote new key pair to there. Okay, I don't know what that means. Pub key, password. Okay. All right. By default, the Solana command will create a new file system while located at blah. You can manually specify. Okay. Care. Set your new wallet as the default. So Solana config set k dot config Solana ID. Okay. Airdrop some Sol tokens to your wallet. Once you're Solana airdrop 5. Requesting airdrop of 5 Sol. Awesome. Let's look at this tab. Let's see if we... Doesn't look like it outputs anything while it's running, so that's interesting. Okay, so should have 5 Sol. Solana balance. 5 Sol. We're rocking. We're doing stuff. Okay, I'll be honest, that was a little easier to get it set up and running than I expected it to be. I was not expecting that. Yeah. When I tried to first do Ethereum and dealing with the EVM, oh man, it took me a couple of hours to figure out anything to get running. And finally, I found this thing called Hardhat. And that was able to get me a little bit of somewhere, but man, that was rough. That was rough trying to figure it out at first. So kudos to Solana on this one. I'm glad. All right. Advantages and still okay. We just did that. Okay, Solana. Look at managing programs. Program deploy. Program show. Okay, file. Transfer amount. Okay, transfer. Viewing recent token accounts. When starting the test, but you can specify. I don't really care. Resetting the ledger. Like, this is stuff I want to know for the future, but like right now, runtime feature status to activate a specific feature. No. Cloning program. No, don't really care. Resetting state. No. 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 Okay. That is not what I wanted. Okay. Okay. Not gonna worry about this at the moment. Okay. Store, verify. Let's come back here. Hello world. Let's just do this. All right. Maker Solana learning. CD Solana learning. Solana program. Hello world. Interesting. Solana programs written in Rust are library. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Which are compiled to BPF bytecode and saved in the .so format. Initialize a new Rust library named Hello World. Okay. I got ahead of myself. Sorry about that. I apologize. Let's do this. So with that in mind, so we've never done anything on this channel with as a library. Okay, so left, right. Okay. And then tests. I have not touched tests on purpose. It's good to know. Okay. So we want to do cargo, add Solana, Solana program. Dev context only. Okay. Okay. What? Okay, I don't know what crate type. For the Hello World Solana example, it tells to add this line to cargo.toml. Why? Purpose, the crate type specifies the type of output that the Rust compiler should generate for your crate. Okay, makes sense. Okay. C dynamic. This type tells the Rust compiler to create a dynamic library that can be used by other languages or systems, such as the Solana runtime. A C dynamic library makes sense after you know what it is. Essentially, a shared library.so on Linux. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Lib. This type tells Rust compiler to create a standard Rust library. This is useful for Rust applications. Okay. So I both. Compatibility, reusability, and testing example. Okay. Makes sense. I get it. Learn a thing. Cool. I had a rant in a previous video on how I dislike when people don't include imports. They just start giving you code. So kudos again to Solana for giving imports. Must define an entry point that tells Solana runtime where to start executing your program. So let's do this. Source. All right. Entry points make sense because you need to know where to start. Normally, you would do a main. I think you would do an entry point on an embedded device as well, of some sort. You compile that in there. So I can see that this is a macro. So it's going to generate out a bunch of stuff that's needed specifically for it. Declare the program entry point and set the global handle. Just macro admits the common boilerplate necessary. Yeah, so with macros, it does boilerplate code underneath that you don't need to worry about. Process instruction. Let's see if we can break this down. Program ID. Okay, pub key. So it's going to be a public key. I'll bet you that means there's going to be an address that's going to be in that. Accounts. I think I read somewhere like an account is there could be multiple addresses that deal with it. I definitely need to do research on accounts. Instruction data. I'll bet this is like the ABI. This is like, hey, you need to run this thing. And here's the information to know what to run when you run this thing. Okay, let's kill all of this. Okay, every on-chain program should have an okay. Oh, okay. Stop it! Okay, this tells the Solana runtime that your program executed successfully without errors. Okay. This program above will simply log a message hello world to the blockchain cluster, then gracefully exit with OK. Cargo build SBF. If I had to guess, that's going to be... I'm not going to... Okay, let's just... Cargo build SBF. Wish it would give me more output than that. Okay, so we're still not seeing anything there. Okay, there we go. Let's give me something now. Borscht. SHA-3 Tommel Borscher derives and this arrow. Saved criterion tar strip. Uninstalling toolchain uninstalled. Set you rest up toolchain next. Don't know what any of that meant. Like, I mean, I know what it means, but like, I don't know why. Hopefully, we'll get there. Solana program deploy target deploy hello world.so. Finally, okay, program ID is that. So I guess it's deployed. Example output program. Okay, once your Solana program has been deployed and the transaction finalized, the above command will output your program's public address, aka program ID. So yeah, so I was right. Vim lib source lib. Pub key is a program ID, and this is saying your program ID is your public address. So in Ethereum parlance, that would be the contract address. You've successfully set up, built, and deployed your program. You can use Solana Explorer to look at your newly deployed. How do you use it? That's cool. The Explorer also works on LocalNet. You can open the Solana Explorer on LocalNet and just paste your program. That is cool. Wait, did I? Yeah, here we go. Explorer Solana. Localhost 8899. Okay, account detail. What's 88? Okay, yeah, JSON RPC 8899. Seems a little slow. Leo AI, I don't care. Okay. What is that button? Okay. Whatever. Cool idea, but I guess it's not really gonna work. Let's call the Hello World program. Oh, I do not want to do. Okay, hold on. Now the program is deployed. We want to call to see the actual Hello World on chain. For that, we will use JavaScript and the Solana Web3 JS Live. I don't want to do that. Um. In the world, we might do it just because, but I want to avoid it. All right, let's see. I don't want that. Is this? Yeah, this still hasn't shown up. Did I maybe P6E, P6E, ERTG, ERTG, EKD? BBQEH, BBQ, yeah. See, calling from REST to JavaScript involves setting up a client. Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right. Cargo init. Hello. Cargo. Cargo init. Hello world client. Something that I want to do. All right. No. We got some dependencies. Cargo as Solana. So client. Solana SDK. Solana transaction status. Okay. Whoa. Gonna copy and paste because I am not that reticent to do it. Source main. Okay, here we go. API devnet. Nope, we want to do HTTP 127.0.0.1:8899, right? 8899. Cool. Commitment config is confirmed. A key pair, program ID with the key pair for the account that will pay for the transaction. That might be a little. We'll try to maybe pull that information from the JavaScript version that it wants to give us. But for the moment, oh yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay. Get this. There we go. Load the key pair for the account that will pay for it. Account assuming wallet. The account to interact with it. Okay. Instruction with bin code. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Message new instruction. Payer pipe key. Send a confirmed transaction. Okay. This is where the rubber meets the road of us trying to figure this stuff out. Key pair from file. Okay. This is, we load a key pair, then we create a key pair connection to it. Okay, that's the same. Public key or program ID. Okay. So out of curiosity, is there another let program ID 2 equals pub key from, I think it's just going to be a from stir converts to this type from the input type. Parses a string s to return from a value. If parsing succeeds, returns. I mean, that should work. We can always do from. But I'll bet this means I need a trait that it's not telling me about. We'll come back. Okay, pair. Key pair. Okay, get key pair from file. Okay, so we want. Yeah, because our key. Yeah. The LSP is hurting right now. New. Okay, pub key equal format secret type ID 2 bytes try into sign this write to file insecure clone encodable try read use Solana secret from generate from seed no from bytes read from file. Okay, path. We know this is going to be the path. There we go. Read from file. I bet this is a result set. Return a result. Yep. There we go. The account to interact with. Hopefully ignore that for a second. Okay. Instruction. New with bin code. Do a block hash. Okay, recent block hash. Transaction, new unsigned. The instruction comes from the instruction up there. Payer is going to pay for it. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So we're creating it. We're going to sign it. Down here, sign, we're just signing with that. So what if we do here? Key pairs. So we might not need the second account. We're going to remove this. I don't think we're actually going to do anything here. Bin code. I don't know what the bin. Oops, shoot. STR, my instructions. import my instruction. It's from up there. Okay. Don't think this is going to be anything. But I think we need back there. Okay. So this is on the instruction creation. Transaction instruction, program ID, keys, data, buffer from that. All right, let's come back over here. For this, okay, empty data input. Okay. All right, I think this is going to be interesting. Let's build it. Look at all those dependencies. It's amazing. I feel like I'm writing Node. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so remember I mentioned that probably need a trait. Yeah, see. I didn't think I was going to get away with it that easy. See what this tells me on the error. Let's see. Certainly. 13. Or I figured it was going to fail. Fail. Not found. No file or directory. I mean, config Solana, Solana, id.json. It worked. I think. I mean, it's giving me. Let's come over here to our thing. I don't feel like this is working. Let's hard refresh this. Okay. So let's come back over here. 88.99. It's not working. But I mean it signed. I mean something happened. Uh can I use Solana CLI to see the information about transaction? Okay. Solana transaction. All right, let's try cargo run. Okay, here we go. Something happened. Okay, signature status. Okay, log message. Program log. Hello world. It invoked, consuming 140 of success. That's the program. Okay, it worked. We have something working. We have output. Things happened. All right, let's recap a little here. So we got the cluster running. We got Solana balance. We have a local running cluster. We have a local wallet, file system wallet, and we've used Sol, so we have 4.8 left. We can airdrop, so Solana airdrop 2. Cool. Now we have 6 Sol in there. We successfully output the logs so we can see things going on. So in this case, our program did Hello World. We wrote that application. Then we did a we interacted with that program via a Rust client instead of a JavaScript client, which was important to me. So I think, and we modified this because I think it was wanting to do a transfer of some sort, and we're not doing that. But we created the new message. We got the latest hash. Got a transaction. Signed the transaction with the information. Then sent and confirmed the transaction. Got the okay. Yeah. So I would say we've successfully done something with the Solana framework. We did some stuff with some Rust, and I think we're ready to kind of move on with a little more of the underpinnings of how Solana work. I just wanted to get something running so I could test, and that was the goal for here. So next week we'll move on, and we'll actually try to understand a little more about how Solana works and see what we can figure out. And I'll come up with my final plan for my lottery application by next week, and I will let you know about that. So cool. With that, I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching, and join me next week where we dig a little deeper into Solana. Have a good one.